now, Graham, you saw the Miracle Season.
I saw the Miracle Season.
Now, this is based on a true story of the Iowa City West High School student and volleyball star Carolyn Founds and her tragic death the week before her senior year began.
So I saw the trailer for this, and it's been out for a while. I drove out last because we've been shooting on Fridays for the FNX show, and so driving out on Friday is kind of gnarly. So I was like, I'm going to go out early and see a movie, and this is what lined up, and I saw it. And so there's sports movies, then there's the true life sport movies, and then a subgenre to that is the true life of the athlete, and the athlete dies. Right? Like that's a subgenre of sports movie. Right? That's a subgenre of sports movie. Mm-hmm. So this is one of those. It's kind of like remember the.
By the way, it's not a spoiler.
Not a spoiler.
At the beginning.
It happens at the beginning. It's in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything. It is the crux of the whole film. So I've seen a million of these movies. Like this and time travel movies are my two. Like, I'll see just
They're
about.
Your go-tos.
I'll just go to. It reminds me of Remember the Titans, which also was based on a true story, and one of the players dies in that one. And sometimes it shows the player's life leading up to, like if it was a famous player, they usually do the story of, they show the famous player's life, and then this is when they, whatever, like Lou Gehrig or somebody like that, like then they get struck with their ailment, or they pass away, and that's that. This is actually how the team, and this is very, like I say, Remember the Titans, how the team copes with their captain dying. And this girl was, the actual Caroline Found was like this super positive, light up the room, everybody liked her, and it's a heavy story. Her mother is actually,
the trailer alone, you were like, ooh,
wow.
That's a gut punch.
The mother is battling cancer. She's doesn't have much long to live, kind of thing. It's really, and how does this team rally behind? And so it does all the very by the number. This is a very by the numbers movie. You know what I mean? Like how they're gonna do. I'm like, I've seen this scene. We're gonna rally everyone together, but it's how the town did it. And so Caroline, her name was Line, right? So it's like, do it for Line and all this, and the dad who's dealing, he loses his daughter. I mean, like there's a lot of there's a big hole in the community and how they rally around this team, which had won state the year prior. So they were the heavy favorite going into the season. Right. It's very by the numbers. It has kind of cliche dialogue, but I mean, I'm bawling my eyes out, and this felt like it's just, if you are like, oh, I want to go to a cry, feel good sports, thing, then that this will deliver.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Soul Surfer already.
Right. Exactly. It's one of those, it's like that. It's like Soul Surfer. Yeah. Very, heartstringy Disney, like, well, we got to have this scene.
Right.
We got to have the rallying a bunch of wins montage. Yes. we got to have all these things.
You got to have this character that's against it for some reason.
Yeah. We have to introduce a conflict that would never normally be there. Yeah. But Helen Hunt, she's playing the actual teacher. She does a great job of playing a very hard-ass volleyball coach. They do everything. I'm like, in the movie, when I watch these, I'm like, oh, that's the real coach. Like when they just go out of nowhere to someone that kind of looks like the character they're playing, that's never been introduced, and they just go, hey, someone comes up and goes, hey, thanks, coach. And they're like, well, you got it. You're always like, oh, that was the real. So
the real person.
I'm always looking for the real person. I'm looking for the real dad. I'm looking. So it was, and they do that thing of like, they need exposition, so they have an announcer, and this is the one thing where I was like, great. That's great in football and baseball, but is there a play-by-play guy in girls' high school volleyball? Yeah. I mean, there might be. There might be. Maybe Iowa, it's a big deal.
At the rich schools.
Maybe this is a wealthy school. That's why they're good at this is a rich kid suburban sport. Yeah. So maybe. But they're lining up, and so you just hear the guy going, "Boy, it's all on the line."
That's an $80,000 job.
Wow, it's not. So it's sort of like. If this school actually has an announcer for their girl, then I stand corrected. Anybody who goes to the school wants to email me, I'll stand corrected. But I was kind of like, I don't know if this is really, and William Hurt plays the dad, and him and Helen Hunt do a great job. I mean, and the young woman who's sort of was her best friend, who is now thrust in the position of team leader, and can she do it? She does a decent job. The supporting cast, you're all like, oh, that's a real volleyball player. Like you can tell like, oh, that's an actress.
Right.
And this girl has less than 5 lines, but we just need her to spike the ball down the other team's throat. Got it. So she's got the gig, I mean, it's exactly what you think it will be. And if you want that, go get it. Like here it is. Like you're gonna cry. Unless you're a dead inside.
In a way, it's in a weird way, it's kind of similar to Rampage, where it's no surprise what this movie is going to contain inside it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's no like never saw that coming. Yeah. It doesn't exist.
This is nothing like I thought it would be. Yeah.
Suddenly they go into politics, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not like, are they going to pull out the game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Take a guess. What do you think?
What's going to happen?
No spoilers, but just take a guess.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah. Are they going to win the big race in the Fast and the Furious movie?
Yeah.
Are they going to clip the right wire in the James Bond red wire, blue wire? Do you think at the end of the movie to stop the bomb that blows up the world?
Yep. Is Ethan Hunt going to solve the mystery? Of who's the double agent?
Who's the double agent? Is he going to figure it out, or is he going to lose?
Yeah.